What's up, Boardrobe? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Back to Satisfactory. What are we doing today? Let's see. We are working on aluminum. I got a few things prepared. So yeah, what did we do? We got the train going in the last episode. Oh, I have something exciting. I have homing ammo now. So that's a thing. We'll go take a look at that once we start the recording. So that will make fighting a bit easier. And yeah, I'm almost out of space on this factory floor, which is a bit scary considering I was trying to make it big enough to be a little future-proof, but I don't think we've quite built it big enough for that. But yeah, it looks like we're all backed up on high-speed connectors, so I'm gonna de-sloopify and de-shardify these. Oops, grabbed the wrong thing. Yeah, so that's something I set up, and then we set up homing rifle ammo, so I'll go over that here in a sec. I'm gonna start doing the YouTube recording here. I think everything's good to go. Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to our Satisfactory 1.0 playthrough. I've done a few things since the last episode, mostly stuff that isn't all that interesting. What I went ahead and did is I set up high-speed connectors right behind the computers. And that's because computers use circuit boards, quick wire, and rubber, and high-speed connectors use quick wire, circuit boards, and silica. So all I had to do was put silica on the row that we weren't using for computers, and the quick wire and circuit boards get reused on the same line. So it was really easy to set up high-speed connectors here. And I haven't put those on the bus yet, but that's available right there if and when we need to. And instead they're kind of going down here and into our storage container plus dimensional depot. So we have a lot of high-speed connectors already. And then the reason I even set up high-speed connectors is I needed some other stuff. So we brought over coal, sulfur, copper sheets, and heavy oil residue. And you may or may not know what all that put together equals. But to start out, we used the coal. Wait a second, what am I doing? No, that's motors. We used the coal and sulfur in an assembler right here. And that gets us our black powder, and then that black powder mixes with the heavy oil residue to make smokeless powder, and then that mixes with our copper sheets to make rifle ammo, which we already had a big stockpile of, but I hadn't automated. And the reason I wanted to automate this is because then you mix that with high-speed connectors to get homing rifle ammo. That's right, we've got homing rifle ammo now. So that's pretty awesome. It actually shows up as more damage than the rifle ammo. If you look at this, it shows as 2 little damage bars, and this shows up as 3. So that's pretty awesome, and the clips are 20 bullets per clip. Though it does have a weird spread, so we might actually end up being less accurate sometimes with it. I haven't used it a ton yet, but that's automated. I have it slooped right now, but we can de-sloop it once the stockpile's built up. I'm mainly just trying to get it filled up faster. I mean, we're already at an absurd amount of ammo. That'll last me a long time. So that's one thing I did, and then the other thing I did is I got water brought over from the pond over there in a Mark II pipe. So this is 600 water available to go, and that's because we're gonna be automating aluminum, and aluminum needs water. So that's what we're doing in this episode, is getting aluminum going, and then we'll be able to do our Mk5 belts. So that's pretty awesome. What is that? Patterns. Oh, that's new. Okay, I bought some more whatchamacallits, and I guess that shows up here. Cool. How do you clear them? Pattern removal. There we go. So yeah, we're going to be setting up aluminum, and that is a bit of a project. So we're going to need to kind of think it out a bit here. Hey, Cyborg Spike, how's it going? You're welcome for the blueprint videos. Your wife hates me. Why does she hate me? What does your wife have against me? Is it because I'm keeping you addicted to Satisfactory? Yeah, so aluminum is a lot of steps. So it starts with a bauxite. And that gets used in the alumina solution, and that's where we need the water. And then that produces some silica, which we will use later in this process. So that uses silica, and then we have alumina solution, and alumina solution, it's 1-to-1, by the way, the bauxite to solution. And then we pipe that over to aluminum scrap, and we have to add coal into that step, and we get some water back. And so we're gonna have to use that water as a priority, and we'll go through how to do that. And then it's 2 to 3. So 2 bauxite means 3 aluminum scrap. And then aluminum scrap gets combined with quartz again. Now you'll notice the numbers aren't right. So the quartz that we ended up making with 12 alumina solution was 5. And so now we're using 4 and we need 5 quartz. So that means, or silica. So that means we need 15 silica and only 5 of it is produced internally. So we're gonna need to bring in 10 silica from outside for 3 sets of this. So then we have aluminum ingots, and then the aluminum ingots we can either just process directly into casings or mix with some copper to make all-clad aluminum sheets. So there's a lot of steps to this. I'm not entirely certain how big of a build it's going to be. It should fit in here, I'm confident. We're not going to need an absurd amount of it. So problem 1 is we don't have bauxite up here yet, so we're going to need to bring bauxite over. It's over there on the train station. And so we're gonna have to bring that over to our bus. Probably we'll come up the side of the building here, because I don't need it on the first floor or anything. I could put it on the first floor. I haven't used, there's a few belts I haven't used yet, but I wanna keep those available for more iron and copper. So we're gonna bring over the bauxite. And we'll just put it above this limestone here. What's up, CCTV? Your sleep schedule's ruined. You stayed up till 5. Oh my god. That's pretty bad. I won't lie, that's pretty rough. That is certainly a ruined sleep schedule if I've ever heard of one. Alright, let's see. Will that work? Okay. Is that too long? No, that works. Perfect. Alright, then we're gonna run this along. And I don't think we'll need to do anything special. I'm just gonna have it go up above the others here. Or maybe from here, I'll go over to the side right on top of that one. And then we'll go onto a wall mount, and then we'll go up. And then we've got the water and the bauxite in the same spot. So we can do a wall mount maybe up here. And then I can do a lift. That seems good. Something like that. We'll have to arrange the lift spacing properly, but for now that's good. All right, bauxite. Also, I should think about numbers. So if the train, right now we're only getting 480 a minute maximum because that's the input on the train side, but the train itself, we timed it, and it was just over 3 minutes, and it's, what is it, 3,200 per 3 minutes, so I could get a theoretical, like, 1,050 bauxite a minute from that train. So I don't think that will support a full Mark 6 belt when I get to Mark 3 miners overclocked. But that's tomorrow's problem. And by tomorrow, I mean a long time from now. Okay, so then this lift is not high enough. We want to bring it up to probably this level. And then what I'd like to do is get the... I want the pipe... We probably want the pipe first. So we'll do pipe with bauxite on top. Yeah, do that. Mark 2 belt over here. And this is one of those times where I really don't like how there's no support here, so I often will add one. Wait, what? Shouldn't that line up exactly? What the heck? It should. It's not. Weird. Alright, we'll just do it that way. Then it's exactly straight. Okay, so there's bauxite and water, and we start out with some refineries. So we're gonna get that nestled up against this build. And we'll do our refineries X3 blueprint, which somewhere around here should be good. Think like that. No, that's the output. I did this again. Keep doing this. I feel like refineries look backwards to me. Yeah, there we go. The input is on the tall end. I feel like that throws me for a loop. Okay, we'll give that a little extra spacing. Wait, but why am I confusing myself? The input is on the back left, so I don't care which side the input's on. I need it to be facing towards me. That's how we do this. What's up, Darkwan? You're working with the blueprints right now? Awesome. Yeah, I've been enjoying making that series. It's turned out pretty good. So this is what we're gonna be doing. 3 of them feels like plenty. I can always shard it if I need to. So honestly, I'm just gonna copy that. And that's 360. So the water, what's 180? That's 540. So yeah, we're already using almost all of the water that we have available. Now, we'll talk in a minute about how to prioritize water. Another option is you can always just package the water and sink it. That's not the option I'm gonna go with, but I just want to mention it. It is technically an option. You really didn't want to deal with it. You could just spin some plastic and get rid of it. So we're going to do this. Bring in the bauxite, bring in the water. Guess we need to paste our other blueprint. I'm also gonna have to get rid of this. This is my heavy oil residue sinking, basically, which keeps plastic and rubber running, because I don't have another way to sink heavy oil residue. This is the simplest way because it just turns a fluid into a solid. So I could put that somewhere else. I could extend our little plastic and rubber factory down here and do the heavy oil residue sinking there. The problem is the prioritizing is not easy when it has to come up to over here. Basically, the way you prioritize outputs on fluids is you have a vertical junction, and then you have the lower priority come out and up and then over. And so basically when the pressure is lower, it won't be going up that path, it'll just be going flat. And then when the pressure's higher and you have more, then it'll climb up the other path and go to other things. So we would need it to climb up a path and then go to these. Otherwise, it's not going to be doing what we want. Debugging a fuel plant that isn't working properly. That is always annoying. Speaking of a fuel plant, you reminded me, we need to go... I think I'm going to get this built first, but we need to go finish our turbo fuel plant. We only built like 40% of it, unfortunately. Okay, let me get the other belt. Oh, don't I need... I think I need more encased beams for this. This belt blueprint is nuts. Yeah, it needs 460 encased industrial beams. So, that's gonna take a minute before we'll have enough. Technically slightly more than a minute, because 1 minute gives me 120. Alright, so what are we doing next? We've got the alumina solution, and then that goes into more refineries with coal this time, and we get the water back. And we get it back... Well, we're using it at 240 a minute, so that's double what this is doing. So really, I only need 1.5 refineries. I could maybe get by with just 1 refinery. That could be a good place to sloop things as well, to get a lot of free aluminum. Interesting. Let me think about that. That's... I haven't wanted to build in needing sloops yet, but this feels like a place with high enough rates that doesn't seem crazy. I mean, look at that. It's just an absurd amount of aluminum scrap we get, and then it helps compensate some of the water too. So basically we'd only be running 2 of these. Right. 240, yeah. And then that saves us on bauxite and coal and water. And it saves us even more on water, because not only are we only using half of the water, but we're getting back twice as much. For the... Well, no, sorry. There's only one of those 2 things happening. You can think about it one or the other. So we're getting back 240 when we're only using 360. Jeez. So we're almost getting back the amount of water we're using? Is that right? 120. Yeah, basically 2 of the... Here, let me just overclock it so that the numbers are the same. Yeah, we're using 360 water. Make this. And then aluminum scrap. We need a foundry to make a bunch of ingots. And that's 90 a minute per foundry by default. So this can supply a lot of foundries. How to import the blueprint SBP file. I actually do not know exactly. I assume you download the 2 files and put them into your blueprint category, and then they just show up when you start your game. I've never actually imported blueprints, so I can't tell you more than that. But I assume it's just you copy the files into the folder. And they're in app data local factory game, and then somewhere in there it's like in saved games, blueprints. I don't know. It's you can just Google where blueprint's located and you'll find what you need. Okay, so here's our blueprint for all the belts. I will plop down. And then we have to connect things up. Just a quick 24 belts, you know, NBD. So one thing, oh no! One thing I'm excited about is having the Mk5 belt launchers. We are very close to that. That's gonna let us traverse the world very quickly. Especially when coupled with that packaged biofuel. Okay, so then we need to get water over to the back, which is here. So this is actually going to be quite easy. Let me go ahead and get pipeline in the right spot. That, yeah, there we go, perfect. We need pipeline Mark II. Actually, do we? I guess we might not. But we'll upgrade all that just in case we do. There's the water. I believe I've got the head lift we need for this. I have a pump right down there. I guess it'll tell us. Oh god, these can do 50 meters? I didn't know that these ones could do 50. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, we definitely have enough then. We definitely have enough. Alright, so then the way that we do priority input, we're actually gonna have to mess with this. Well, we'll deal with it in a second. First, we need the whatchamacallit, the bauxite. So we'll do that first. Bauxite. I will bring to there. And then we have it here. Bada bing, bada boom. That should be doing it. There we go. Have I looked at anything for fluid dynamics? Yeah, a little bit. I did watch a video on it the other day. I think I understand enough to at least do priority in and out, more or less. So in this case, to do priority, basically the way that we do it is we have one of them. At least I think this is how we do it. So what I need to do is put an unpowered pump like this, and we don't plug it in. So what that does is it resets the head lift that this pipe has available to 0. And then what I do is connect it to this, which this is where it's, I guess, a little complicated. I don't know how big this guy is. I need an industrial fluid buffer. Do they fit on one? No, they're way bigger. I might be able to just raise up a regular one. This might be too close. But basically I need a fluid buffer. Yeah, that's way too close. And then we'll talk about how it works here in a moment. Maybe I'll just stack it on this foundation. I'll go up 6 meters. That should be plenty. And then we hook these up. I wish I hadn't unlocked the clean pipelines, because now you have to click through it. It's actually quite annoying. So yeah, so we've got that. Now, this will not fill up at all. Check that out. It doesn't fill up at all from the the fluid down here because we already talked about the head lift was reset when we did the unpowered pump. So this will fill up, however, from the pressure of the output water from the aluminum scrap one. So when I hook this up, oh wait, that's this one. When I hook this one up, it should work. Also, I'm just gonna put this here now so this matches up with all the same numbers. Right, so 360 alumina solution is the total when these are not sharded. And then they're using 540 water, but this is going to be producing 360 of the 540. CCTV, when you said off topic, but you wish there was a way on Steam to delete all of a game's files, it is, yeah, I've always actually felt the same way. It's weird that, like, all the app data stuff doesn't go away when you delete it. But yeah, so we're gonna have silica here, which is not used in this step, so we'll carry it forwards. And then we're gonna have, I need this to face the other way. Then we're gonna have the alumina solution here. Only needed one shard. Shift clicking that is not working. Weird. And we're clearly not going to have the rate that we need on that aluminum scrap for a while, but that's okay. So we're going to need to bring in coal as an additional input, and then the alumina solution should be able to just come over. So let's get that looking nice here. What's up, Tobias? Welcome, welcome. Just finished overtime at the factory so you can babysit your make-believe factory. Perfect. That's how we do it here. That's how we do it. Alright, we'll use our lining up the thing trick. I finally figured it out. So the video's not out yet, but I did the video on coal power plants, and I was dinking around trying to figure out how the heck do we get pipeline junctions when they're vertical. Because they line up fine when they're sideways, but when they're vertical, they don't seem to want to snap to even other junctions. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. In this case, it looks like it actually worked. But half the time that doesn't work. But splitters, just belt splitters, weirdly enough, they line up. I don't know what's up with that. So we'll noodle. Do these need to be marked II? I'm not actually sure. Yeah, they do, because it's going to be 360. I'll upgrade that one just for looks. Centered, you wish there was a way to not show hours played. Yeah, I understand that. Alright, so then what we're going to do is I'm going to put another power pole in the same, I think in the same spot. And we'll get that hooked up. And now that should have its alumina. Now I need to bring coal over, and I'm going to bring that above the silica here. So we're going to need another stackable pole. And we'll just line this up. Walk around all this chaos. And then we need to grab coal, which is right here. We'll grab it from that splitter. And then I like to bring it up over my head as soon as possible. Can't remember which one works. That one. And we come forward to there. And then that can go sideways. Alright, this is working pretty well. And then this is where we need to do our trick, where we come out, 3, go up, splitter, splitter. I've gotten pretty good at all this. And then connect down to there. And that should be good. Yep, coal's going in. Hey, aluminum scrap, baby. I think 2 summer sloops is okay here. We're just getting... This is such a good spot for slooping, right? For 2 summer sloops, I'm doubling my entire aluminum production. That feels worth it. Because all of my alumina passes through this stage, and I only need 1 building to be summer slooped. So I think, for me, that's the definition of heckin' worth it. So we're gonna leave it. Those will be my first 2 permanently installed sloops. And now we have to deal with the water. So let's talk about this. So the water, I should be able to just link this up and it'll just hashtag work. The problem being... Actually, I don't think there will be a problem. There should always be room for the output water in this buffer, because none of that water can come into this buffer. So basically this buffer exists for the output water from that guy. And then as this buffer fills up higher, it'll increase the pressure to the point where that water, which has no pressure left, won't flow. So I'm pretty sure this just hashtag works. I guess we'll find out if our aluminum horrifically stops. But I think this is the way to do it. So yeah, that water will come out. The aluminum scrap. For just a moment, I'm just gonna awesome sync it so we can see if this is working. I need power. And we'll get some free points while we're at it, but yeah, I just want to make sure that this is working, like the water's emptying out. And it's going up into here. Yeah, see? Now, I might have built this too high up. I might build it down 1. Because it won't fill up as much. Logistics? No. Organization. Fluid buffer. We'll have a little bit of a better buffer if I do it, I think, this way. I guess the thing I need to do... Hold on. Let's slow down here. Let's turn that off. Let's flush buffer and this pipe segment real quick. And let's just make sure none gets in here. Coming from this direction. Yeah, that pipe is completely full. And the buffer's getting... Oh, it does get a tiny bit in there. Though that's possible that was just from sloshing. Sloshing is a thing. No, it seems like this fills up a bit. Whoa. Whoa there. Way more full than I expected it to get. I guess even if head lift is reset to 0, it still has like a meter left or something? Or the sloshing creates some form of pressure? But the point is, it's not filling up very much, right? Like, it's not like it's filling up to 200 or something. So we should see that this guy will have a lot more pressure to fill up that buffer. So there will always be room for the output of this water. So this should fill up more now, which it is, which is good. And that means the water back here should be getting used less. So overall that should work. It's possible that it's not gonna work. But it should. Oh, and the silica is gonna back up too. I need the silica to get awesome sunk. What's up, Gaming Strudel? How goes it? Oh, that's not the right belt. Wait, what? Heck? Oh, my silica's coming out the wrong way. I just realized that. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I didn't consider that. I guess we'll just do a silly and we'll have it come up and over. Let's see, how does this work? You go like forward, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Is that a right angle? Can't remember. Yeah, something like that. Alright. Are my temples flowing with blood? I guess so. The effigies in the windows and the walls, they're all doing great. I don't know what any of that means, but it's all great. Alright, just give me power. I don't care where from. Okay, so now that's not a thing. That's gonna back up. So now things should keep running, if all is well. Because this buffer should empty before that water gets let in. So everything should be working. I'm gonna go ahead and reset them so we can check on the 100% production graph. Or it's not a graph, but that number. That should be 100. No, sorry, it's not gonna be 100 because this, it's not even gonna be close to 100 until we have faster belts. It's gonna be limited to this rate. So maybe I underclock this for now to get the targeted production rate of 240. That should run constantly. We shall find out. Oh my goodness, these things are so annoying. I need to get one of those footrest things that goes under your desk. So you have a place to put your feet. Okay. Seems to be running. And the water seems to have a place to go. Alright, yeah. So I think that's how you do priority input. Basically, is you fluid valve, unpowered, or pump, you could use a valve as well to slow down the input rate, but then you run into problems if things back up. So this is more likely, because then this version basically always gives you room for whatever you're outputting over there. So that's why this version is better in some ways. Another way you could do it, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, what if you used this as... No. I was gonna say you could bring this down a level, put the pump, and then bring it up, but then it wouldn't come up. You almost need like a second... Like, I wonder if... It's a little clipping. But you know, if you were to do something like that, this would essentially, if you did enough of that, it could provide a little bit of a buffer, but I don't know if it's enough units to be consistent. Anyway, all right, let's finish our aluminum build here. So get rid of these sinks. I don't actually want to sink my products. What stage are we at? We're at the aluminum scrap stage. So the scrap, getting scrappy with it. So now we go into the foundry build. So foundries, blueprint, and we're coming from there and from there, and we need quartz to be priority input, which there is no such thing as a priority merger, so we're gonna have to figure out what we want to do with that. Yeah, what do we want to do with that? So... exactly... Oh, so we have less quartz this time. Normally we would have 1/3 of the quartz we need, but in this case we only have 1/6 of the quartz we need because we're doubling our aluminum scrap that comes from the alumina solution. So because of that, this is only 1/6 of our necessary quartz, which means we need a lot more. Now, I'm trying to think of easy ways to do it. One way is a bunch of mergers. What am I trying to guarantee? I'm just trying to guarantee that this quartz gets used up. So it could just be in a 2-part merger. It doesn't need to be anything fancier than that. As long as it gets to be at least half of the input, which is what this will do, then we're fine, right? Because it's only 1/6 of the actual numbers. So if I just merger right here and have another, I have my main source of silica coming along, then we'll be totally fine. Because the main source will produce most of what we need, and then it'll take turns with the 1/6. And if you're taking turns with 1/6, when you're producing 5/6, you're gonna run out of turns for the 1/6, which means it's getting used up. So that's fine, as long as you know your ratio. Normally it would be 1/3 if we weren't summer slooping it, but in this case it's 1/6 because we are summer slooping it. And our quartz is right, or not quartz, silica. You know, is this one of the weird cases where I should go over? I don't normally go over, but I went over with the pipe there, and I think, given I've got refineries here, we're still well underneath the ceiling. What's up, B. Jonas? How goes it? So I think I'm fine, just zooping my way up here. And yeah, that's totally fine with me. Funnily enough, I also have silica right there. I guess I could have just split off of that, but no, I'll do it this way. So there's the main quartz supply for my alumina, and then that gets attached right here. And then we need the aluminum scrap, which is coming out here. This can be demolished. What's up, Teus? How goes it? Welcome, welcome to the most satisfactory of all gameplays. That's gonna go there. Let's see, let's get this going. Bing. Bada boom. Hook up the splitter. We've gotten fast with all these tricks. If you don't know about these tricks... Oh, we need a merger, not a splitter. We've gotten fast if we're doing the right thing. If you don't know what the tricks are, watch my blueprint videos. I go over them in detail. They're pretty nifty. Get everything lined up. But there we go. There's our aluminum scrap lined up with that. And I will go ahead and make a support. It still feels like that's in a different... Would that that look the same if I actually connect it? I guess that's the same as what it looked like before. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, now we need floor power. Connected to something. We'll go from that power pole to over here, and then to that power pole. Then we gotta select our aluminum ingot, not aluminium. Paste. Semester's getting packed. Yeah, that is what semesters tend to do, isn't it? And am I gonna need... We're definitely gonna need another set of foundries here. I could... So if I shard this... Right now I'm getting 270. So if I shard it to double, that'll be 540. I mean, it's close to what I want. But let's just... I have the room here. Let's just pop more foundries on the end. Like that. And then all we got to do is connect up the power. Connect the belt to another belt. Connect you to a belt. And connect you to you. Alright, so there is aluminum ingots. They're delicious. Mmm, yummy, yummy, yummy. So now we just have to do something with the aluminum ingots. I'm surprised at how small this has ended up being. I thought we would need a lot more space. The refinery stuff actually goes pretty hard in terms of rates. Especially when we're summer slooping this. I still think that's the right choice. 480 scrap. The only problem is the rate. I mean, we're about to have a Mk5 belt, so I'm just gonna hope it's enough aluminum, but I might need 2 of these refineries just because we can't get the scrap out of the refinery fast enough. Because we've already looked at, like, this one can do 1,000, and that's only with 1 power shard, which is crazy. So anyway, I'll just leave it at 100% clock speed for now. Nice and easy. Yeah, so what do I do with aluminum ingots? I think it's constructors. For... What's the other thing I need? I need copper ingots over here now. And I believe I took them off of the... They're not on the bus anymore. Because I thought we wouldn't need them anymore. I thought we would only need copper sheets. Crap. How am I going to handle this? So... Currently the bottom 2 are open, so it wouldn't be crazy to move copper ingots onto the 2nd level here. Let's just do that. So yeah, we'll just merger. And then that, and there we go. And I will deconstruct the belt prior to it so we don't ever get something else mixed in here on accident. And we'll hook that back up. And that should bring copper ingots. Yep, there they are. Perfect. Okay. And I'll probably bring them here. Oh, I didn't line that up. That's annoying. Why did I do it that way? Whoops. Alright. And in this case, I don't normally dodge using the conveyor lifts, but that just connects perfectly. Not needing any lift. So we'll just connect that up. And there we go. What's up, Jacob? How goes it? Alright, so what rates are we looking at here? I think... just don't remember what's used in what, so I probably need a lot of both. I think it's assemblers... assemblers and constructors. The assemblers are certainly the slower one. The all-clad aluminum sheets are pretty slow. The aluminum casing is pretty fast. So my 8X constructor will be fine on that. And then assembler, I probably want 6X assemblers. So maybe I do that first. Blueprints, assembler. So something like this. And we've got the ingots over here that we'll bring over. Those, and then the outputs will go on top of that one. So that's perfect. And then the question is, do I want to do that, or do I want to do it inline? I think I want to do it inline. And then the spacing, I can't remember. Do we need to move them one closer? I think I do. Yeah. And then they're very close together. So we remove these belts, and I will recreate them. Just from jumping in and out of the stream, the 3D aspect seems to add more complexity than Factorio. Does it add or detract from the enjoyment? That is a little bit of a not loaded question, but leading question. It does seem to add to the complexity, but I would say a better word is maybe tedium. Like, it is more complex to do the actual building of things, but it's more just like, it's a lot of work to connect all the belts, and it's trickier than in 2D, but the blueprints help a lot, and it's more fun. Like, it's more satisfying to build things in Satisfactory, you know, they do live up to their name. And the 3D aspect, I actually think, helps the enjoyment of the building process. In Factorio, building is more just something you do. Whereas in... I don't want it on that layer, I want it on this one. Whereas in Satisfactory, building is like a fun part of the game, if that makes sense. Whereas in Factorio, it almost feels more like the thing that you have to do because you want to do the automating stuff. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but all that to say, I don't think it necessarily adds or detracts, it just turns it into a different game. So some people don't really like... wow, there's a lot of assembler recipes these days. Some people don't really like it. Some people don't like Satisfactory at all because of, you know, the whole 3D thing, and it can kind of be a pain to build stuff and all that. And that's, like, acceptable. You don't have to like that. You know, it is different, and some people aren't into it. I like it, but, again, it just feels so different. It's hard to compare the two. Factorio certainly has more complexities in, like, circuit logistics, and I would say base logistics have a bit more complexity to them. But the blueprints are simpler, and building stuff is simpler. So there's kind of a give and take there. Like, I really like how building things can feel more challenging and beautiful in Satisfactory. Like, look at this. This just looks so cool. I don't feel like you get anything that looks this cool in Factorio. You know, like the 3D element really adds a lot. And it's not just 3D, it's also the graphics, right? You could have a 3D factory building game that the graphics still don't look anything like this. I mean, modded Minecraft is kind of like that. Like, it looks cool, but it doesn't look like this. So the graphics in this game are certainly part of the draw. And some people just don't care about that, which again is totally fine, but you know, there are people who love Factorio and can't get into Satisfactory, and vice versa. There are people who only put thousands and thousands of hours into Satisfactory, and they just can't get into Factorio. And those are both completely valid points of view. I think that's... is that problematic? You know what? Maybe it's problematic. Yeah, those are just valid points of view. I think people often try to... And I'm not saying you're doing this centered, but I think people try to fight them against each other, like, oh, which one's better? And I just think that's a really silly question to ask, because they're just different games. Oh, that's literally not what I meant to do. What I meant to do was this, and then it shouldn't flip as much. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we've got all-clad aluminum sheets. Yay! Even though there's less signals and stuff you can do with trains. You like the Satisfactory trains more? Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I think the Satisfactory trains look cooler and feel cooler because, again, they're like actual monorails in 3D that you can travel on and stuff. But I certainly don't like setting... I don't know. I definitely like Factorio trains more in that sense. These are cooler to look at and more fun to ride, though. I'll definitely say that. And finally, I need an Assemblers X... No, Constructors X8. There we go. That's what we're looking for. And we're gonna hook that up somewhere around here, because we're just gonna send the aluminum ingots in. So that's all that is. Line that up. I like to leave about a foundation of space between builds. Yeah, centered. It's a good question. I think a lot of people wonder that, and you know, it could even be worth me making a video on it, to be honest. Of should you play Satisfactory if you like Factorio? You know, or I don't know what the title exactly would be, but something like that. Because I think a lot of people are wondering that, and I probably, if I were to like write out a script, could put my thoughts together a bit better than I just did now. Okay, so did I hook up the right thing? I think I did. Yes, that is aluminum ingots. Now, aluminum ingots are seeming a bit slow. This should be pumping out scrap constantly. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Okay, our system broke. So everything I said earlier, you can forget it. So it's possible I need a second one. It's possible it needs to be higher. Maybe I make it one tile higher. Maybe that was the play. Rather than just going up like 1 meter higher to the foundation, maybe 2 meters higher is the play here. Definitely have to keep an eye on it still. This still could easily break. But let's try it this way. And then that means there's less option for the sloshing to work its way up here. That might be part of it. Like if I were to turn this one off, and then I were to flush this, now we probably won't see much come in here. It's like a tiny bit. So that might help. Yeah, that might fix it. I also might need the industrial fluid buffer just to hold more units. I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure what the answer is here. I thought this would work. I thought this pressure would push against this one in such a way that it wouldn't. It's also possible that I have the ordering wrong here. I might need to connect them right here. That could be it, actually. I might need to have the junction before the first consumption building. Let's switch that. That could certainly be part of the problem. Of course, that looks bad, so we need to fix that. Proposed title is Satisfactory, a 3D Factorio. Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it. So this way, if this one's higher, it should... I don't know. We're gonna see what happens, I guess, over time. But that scrap belt should be 100% full. And then we're gonna go ahead and add a stackable pole here. Go above and beyond to infinity. Alright, there we go. There's aluminum casings. Wait, no, I want those to look the same. That requires me to do this. I really am excited for that hover pack, because then I can just build from the sky. Alright, that looks fine. We're gonna need to power this up. Clippy. Okay. And then our constructors are making aluminum casings. Make sure they all fire up. From that weird bug that we had before where 3 of the 4 back here were not receiving their inputs for whatever reason. At least I think it was a bug, I guess. I don't know for sure. Alright. We did it! We did it. And what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna do a splitter, a smart splitter, and I'm gonna overflow to the right. And I'm gonna put an awesome sink. This is because I need to monitor that water situation. And if I'm not sinking the scrap, we might have issues. Then again, there could be a world where we only have issues when it stops and then starts again. So we're just gonna have to keep a close eye on this. For now, it seems fine. Now it seems like it's running fine. But yeah, that's powered up now. And yeah, so I'm not gonna bring them all the way over there. That's not very efficient whatsoever. So I could put the storage containers in depots. Heck, I could put them right here. really see why not. Just make sure that doesn't clip with this belt here. Oh, that does work out. That's nice and efficient use of space. Alright, so then... kind of need a splitter. Different spots. Oh no! What if it's facing that way? No, that doesn't work either. That's annoying. Surely there's a way to make this work. Come on now. Be nice. You know what I might need to do is put the end of the belt here. Ah. Oh, I was hoping that would link up. Why is that so off? Huh. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe it just needs to be over more. That doesn't do it. Oh, come on now. Wow, that is a very happy-go-lucky snapping there. What if I try to turn a corner here? Oh my gosh, you'd think there would be an easier way to do this. Alright, we need a new solution. New solution is... this one goes in there, and we split the bottom one, and somehow that's gonna fix all my problems. Yes? Maybe? No, it really didn't. Well, I truly don't know the right way to do this. Let's move these. And get that there. And then maybe what we do... Okay, here's the idea. We just build a stack of splitters here. And then this belt goes into the splitter. Really hard to aim at the right part. I think that's going into the splitter. And then that one goes into that splitter. And then the front... Oh, but see, the problem is it's now intersecting with that other belt. Ah! Maybe I need to go a tile higher. And that one to this one. From there. There. And this guy can go straight in. This one will have to turn. Okay, let's go up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Those are hooked up. And then finally going over to the bus. It'll be like this. And this. Alright, well that was kind of a pain in the butt. Hey, Simply Kyle. Welcome, welcome. Glad you've been enjoying the blueprints. And now I switched what's in there. So that one is the casing. And this one is the all-clads. And, oh, I didn't hook up the depot on the back. Crap. Now that doesn't leave room for my silica. Shoot. Why did I not think about that part? You visited Mexico City for 1 week and you're still getting about 20% of your ads in Spanish. I once in a while get my ads in Spanish, and I do not understand why. Like, I don't give the algorithm any reasons to believe it should serve me Spanish ads, but it still happens. So I don't know. These things are incomprehensible, I think. Okay, so this is gonna be a bit hairy, I think. Let's try starting with bringing it to there. That doesn't work. Could try. No, that's certainly gonna run into something. I kinda need to come out at an angle here. And just hope it kinda works out. So let's see if that will work. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Alright. This is why I like to leave more room between things, so that I don't have to end up doing this kind of nonsense. Oh, goodness. And then for here, now I have to figure out this nonsense. So I need a merger onto the end of that belt. And wait, where's... Isn't this quartz and this is also quartz? I think so. No. Maybe. Yeah, that's the quartz belt. Okay. So why is none... we're broken again? Is it the water? Maybe. This is not running because it's out of alumina solution. We're out of alumina solution because we're out of water. Now that doesn't make sense. We're out of water for reasons I can't comprehend. I must have broken something. Because the water's here. And then... Does that start it back up? That has water in it. That has no water in it. It's like this is not actually connected. That's gotta be a bug. Of some fashion. Some form or fashion. Pretty sure whatever we just encountered, it was a bug. So yeah, I need to line that up. Maybe junctions can't be this close together? I don't know. We'll have to see if this continues to bug out or if it works the way it's supposed to. Huh. Very interesting. Water is getting out. That's good. Ah! Look underneath. Where do I go? Alright. Are you filling up at all? It's not. But I think that's okay. I think that's because these aren't filled. Yeah. These will fill up in a little bit. I think, because the 0 water pressure should fill those up, coming from this direction. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. It should work, but I'm not convinced it will. And I don't think this is working the way I want it to. I wonder if this short little segment is messing with things. I don't know. Maybe it's working. We just need a world where our final refinery here always has, you know, the water being able to flow out. That's the important part. Nothing else really matters. As long as that flows out, then we're good. Sweet. Okay, well, we officially have aluminum, all-clad aluminum sheets and aluminum casings, and I can now research things that require those. And we can make new parts that require those, aka Mk5 belts. So let's get Mk5 belts going here, and we're gonna then work on our turbo fuel factory. Because I want to see how fast we can fly. Alright, so we're done with tier 6. Tier 7, ooh, the hover pack, we can get that soon as well. But first, this. I need 400 EIBs. Which I only have 300. And what is it? Reinforced plates. Gonna have to go grab a few more of those. Where do I keep the reinforced plates? Is it on this first floor? I think it is. Man, I haven't touched these in a long time. Oh, I don't actually have a buffer for the... Oh my god, look at how slow this belt is. Feels like it's molasses. Watching a Mark 1 belt. Yeah, I don't even have these buffered. Bad. Alright. So I really should put a storage container in between. When I set this up, I literally didn't even know this strategy yet of setting up a storage container between your build and the dimensional depot. Cracks me up. Come on. You know, I don't even need this. This was all... This belt is literally doing nothing. Alright, hold on. Let's just redo this. Maybe a better comparison is to Dyson Sphere Program. I have not played... Yeah, I'm not really qualified to speak to that. I have played through Dyson Sphere Program once, and I didn't even really beat it when I played. So it's certainly not one that I really can speak to that much. I've played enough to know how it all works, and I actually... Is it closer to Dyson Sphere Program or Factorio? Talking about Satisfactory. It's kind of about the same. I don't know if the 3D-ness of Dyson Sphere Program brings it closer in line with Satisfactory. I'd say Dyson Sphere Program and Factorio are way more similar than Satisfactory is to either. So if you were doing a Venn diagram, the overlap area between DSP and Factorio is much larger. And Satisfactory's kind of off in the distance a little bit. That much I am sure of. Alright, I think we have enough, or close to it. And I need more beams. There we go. Junk. Yay!
Milestone reached. Fixit dedicated this milestone to the conveyor belt and lift Mk5. They may be implying that your factory could be further optimized. While they are correct, I believe they are setting unreasonable expectations. Having all of humanity very definitely relying on your work is a lot of pressure. It's a good thing I'm here.
It is a good thing you're here, Ada. Thanks for being here always. Alright, let's see how fast these launchers can launch me. So we'll compare the two. And I won't break out the packaged liquid biofuel, but that would launch me even further, of course. If I were to... I mean, not further, but basically you can hover longer, and so you end up going further on the same launch. If that's something you want to do. Wanted to compare. But yeah, so the speed of Mark IV, this is what we've been working with. It's pretty fast. You know, you can get across this valley pretty quick. Ain't no thing. What's this? This is a Mark II belt that barely adds any speed. Because like the Blade Runners are all already pretty fast, and so the difference that you feel when you're on a Mark I belt or a Mark II belt, you almost don't even feel it. Mark III is like a little bit of a boost, but Mark IV is when you really start to feel like, oh, I'm actually going fast. And now we get Mark V. Oh my gosh, it's so fast. Oh yeah, look at how far we can go. Beautiful. Beautiful Mark V belt launchers. I wish I could just upgrade entire areas of my base with Mark V belts. Because I don't really... Like, they're not very expensive, right? I'm going to be getting these all-clad sheets very quickly. And basically I just want everything to be a Mark V belt now. What's the speed, by the way? I haven't even looked. I forget. 780. Okay, it's another 3... So it's not double. That would be 960. It's adding 300, so it's about... Is 300 compared to 480? That's 5/8 more? What weird ratios? I don't understand why it's 5/8 more when it could just be 50% more. That would be worse, but like at least the numbers would make more sense. Alright, let's see if things are still running over here. I see some red lights, which is bad. Why are there red lights here? Oh, I just haven't selected the recipe for all of these. So that's a reason those aren't running. There we go. That should help a bit. Okay. It looks like our aluminum's running pretty well. We've got 180 ingots going to sheets first, and then the rest goes to the aluminum casing. Okay, but it looks like we haven't backed up yet. Probably because of that error we just had with the foundries. Now that we've got 6 foundries rolling, we are consuming 6 times 90 is 540. We should be consuming all of the aluminum scrap. But that's with the old 480 belts. Now I can upgrade. And upgrade. And we can get this aluminum scrap going quite a bit faster here. If I can follow its path, magical journey that it is going on here. There we go. Alright, so did we stop again? Crap. We still haven't done this right. Interesting. So somehow the low pressure water is still getting in. Like, I wonder, maybe this needs to be on this end? Could be the fix, so that the backflow pressure is higher. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure how all this works. The other way to do it is to get exact ratios, right? This is 240 out. So I could overclock one of these to use 240. And then that would always consume the amount that that's producing. But I want to figure out this priority thing. It really is supposed to work. It's just a matter of how you hook it up. So yeah, I guess the next thing to try is putting the connection on the end. Over here. Maybe like right there. I'll actually do it that way so we have more of the higher up. So yeah, I'm not sure if this will fix it or not. Maybe that'll make it less likely for sloshing from the low pressure end to make it in. I don't know. We'll just have to pay attention. And shouldn't this be a full belt? What's going on here? Did I not upgrade the lift? What's going on? Why are we going slower? Oh, there's a tiny little belt segment right there. Is that it? Are we flowing full speed now? I can't tell. No, those are like having micro stops. It's Mark 5. The lift is Mark 5. That belt up there is Mark 5. That's flowing smoothly. There's some sort of Mark 4 nonsense happening here. I don't know what it was. But let's just fix it. We work for fix it, so we fix it. Splitter, would you line up nicely for us? No? Okay. Trick, line up nicely. Delete you, rebuild you. What? Oh, that needs to be a merger. I literally did that before. Alright, there we go. Now it's a merger. Down. Something still feels wrong. They are the same speed. There's a conveyor lift. 5. I guess those look like they're fully compressed. But then why does it not look fully compressed on this side? Those look more spaced out. I guess the easiest way is to just look at the, what's the clock rate again? 780? Oh yeah, it's not getting rid of all of it. There are no priority mergers, unfortunately, in Satisfactory. So I am correct that something's getting weirdly stuck here. But I don't even know what it could be. Because I just rebuilt this as Mark 5s. It is sad there's no way to priority merge. It truly is. That lift is Mark 5, this belt is Mark 5. This is Mark 5. But something is going awry here, and I can't tell what it is. Alright, let's start with Awesome Sync. And just go straight in. Does that work? We need power up. Power. Yeah, that's the rate we should be going. That's what I was expecting to see. Look at that. We're flying. So why are we not getting that rate? It's like already slow. It's like literally the lift isn't going at the right speed. Is it just the lift? The conveyor lifts Mark 5 not work? Like, what is going on here? No, that works. Is it a problem with the merger? I mean, mergers don't have a limit either. Unless there's something I'm really not aware of. What if I were to just like connect this here, that there? No, it's going slow again. Immediately slowed down by something over here. Oh, it's a smart splitter? Does that? Are smart splitters limited? Is that it? That could be it. Snart. Smart splitter. It doesn't say it's limited. So I don't think it is. I am confused on what's going on here. If I remove the smart splitter, what's going on? Oh, there was a weird invisible belt segment thing. Okay. Well, that's why you have longer belt segments, people. We weren't doing anything wrong. We just literally... It was probably between this and the smart splitter. That's why I like to avoid those short, stubby belt segments. It's for stupid stuff like that. Okay, well, we figured out the problem. Now we're rip-roaring. There we go. There we go. Alright. And so we want 780. So 390. Here. And now the scrap should basically stay at 0. Snart splitters. Alright, let's ditch that scrap. And let's check on our water here. Is this filling up again? It's to 150. Let's see if it keeps filling up past that. I'm worried it will. Keep an eye on it. But yeah, I'm really uncertain how exactly the mechanics work here. Like, because we had it connected in the middle and it broke. We had it connected near the entrance to the whole thing, and that broke it, which I wouldn't have thought would. I would have thought the higher pressure would have taken precedence. Yeah, priority inputs with fluids are really tricky. Priority outputs are super easy, but not priority inputs. I guess we could additionally install a valve on this if we want, to make sure the water doesn't flow too fast in this direction. And then we've got two systems working together, but that we shouldn't need two systems. See, I'm concerned. Why is the water taking so long to empty? Dang it. Okay, how do we do this? That should be a Mark II. Maybe that'll help. Maybe that was part of the problem. Maybe that was the problem, to be honest. I mean, I don't see why 300 would have been a problem, because it was only outputting 260, but maybe the pressure... maybe, like, if it's at half pressure... Or what am I saying? Maybe if it's at like full pressure on the 300, that only translates to half pressure on the 600s. So that, maybe that was what was going wrong with all of this. We'll keep an eye on this. It's running right now. I'll take it. And we've got lots of aluminum coming back. It looks like the all-clad sheets are already stockpiled. And the casings are a lot slower. Why am I actually getting quite a few casings. Maybe we're fine. Yeah, I guess it's just the priority was to the all-clad sheets first, so they're not split very well. All right, sweet. So now we will end this another hour and 40-minute episode. It's ridiculous. We'll go ahead and end it by heading over and adding a few more turbo fuel power generators. So we're going to use our packaged liquid biofuel. Head over to the east here. See if we can see our train going by. Oh, we can. There it is. There it is. Going to get bauxite. I probably went too far north. We made it like a good portion of the way there on one jump. That was crazy. Alright. Let's build another launcher randomly. Whee! And here we are. 20 gigawatt turbo fuel power plant. Now we just need the other 60% of the power plants. I presume it's all still running. I don't actually know. Make it sound like it's still running. Yes, I am anti-hypertube launcher. Not in the sense that I judge anyone for it, but it feels cheesy to me. I mean, it quite literally is cheese. Like, it's obviously not... Like, what's the right word? Not intended might be a bit strong, because certainly Coffee Stain is well aware of it, and they haven't changed it, so they like that players can do it. So it's intended in that sense. But it's not intended in the obvious sense that, like, you have to do some pretty janky stuff to get it working, and Fix It has not intended it. You know, like, it doesn't make any sense in lore that things would work that way. So it's very much gaming the system in a way that I personally don't like, but I do think they're cool when I see them in people's videos and stuff. But yeah, like, the super hypertube launcher thing is just like kind of janky. So I prefer not to use it. I use belt launchers to get around long distances. That works fine for most things. Especially, I haven't gotten to try them yet, but the Mk5 belts, those are going to be dope. Alright, so we've got our blueprint for 4 fuel generators. And we just plop that like this. Get all the resources drain out of our inventory. I think I'll be able to build about 3 of them. And then we'll have to wait a bit. Yeah, if I ever... another part of the reason I haven't been using hypertubes is I haven't needed to. If I ever, like, colonize the whole map kind of thing, I may build a hypertube launcher to go from one end of the map to the other. You know, like, I'm not that opposed to them that I wouldn't even consider it. So, you never know. Alright, junction, we connect those up, and that's good to go. There's the turbo fuel. And yeah, these should turn green as the fuel fills. Seems like we're still working. God, Gosh, this is just a sea of generators. I love it. I love it. Alright, we need another... Wait, is this... Did I count wrong? No, these are sets of 16, right? I need 5 sets of 16 to make 80 total. And that will give me the amount we want. What is it doing? Alright. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't connect the fluid in between the builds, which is just a tiny little gap. It's hard to see. It's this one. Gaps in between these two. And there's one more gap in between these two. There we go. Okay, so then we should see the lights turn green over there. Maybe? Oh, I guess it's just doing the manifold thing. Yeah, these have to fill up first. We should be okay once it's all manifolded. I think. Flow rate here seems to be the right number. Possible I need a pump somewhere, I'm not sure. But... Oh yeah, rocket fuel, I'm excited about getting to that. We are not that far, I don't think, but... We're still not there. Alright, so I need 5 sets. I have 3 sets now, so we're 60% of the way done with our power plant. I'm gonna build whatever I can with the resources we have, and then we'll duck out. Generator 1. I'm missing rubber. I just need 1 more minute. Yeah, whatever. I'll head out. I'll hook that up later, but we still need 1, 2, 3, and then 4 more. I need 7 more sets, 28 more generators. That's pretty crazy. Alright, and then we'll get a launcher. I feel like I should just have a launcher set up somewhere here. Go up as high as we can. Yum. Problem is we gotta get that altitude back. I think we can make it up to our sulfur mining area here. Woo! Just barely. Oh my! My feet just kissed the ground. Alright, and then we can upgrade these belts and use these as launchers. That should get us all the way home. Not overclocking them? Not really. Once I can make power shards, then I will. But overclocking, I would have needed to have overclocked, like, what, 30 generators? I would have needed basically 80 shards, roughly. I didn't really want to spend 80 power shards. Space is free, the resources are free, or at least sort of free. All right. Let's go back to the hub. And yeah, I think we'll call that the end of the YouTube episode. We got aluminum, and we should be able to get some exciting hover packs here. And then drones We'll be able to get rocket fuel once we have these radio control units going, which shouldn't be too bad. And we're working our way towards turbo motors, Mark III miners, and nuclear power. So, yeah, we'll call that the end of the episode. So for those of you from future YouTube, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you're here live, stick around. I'm going to keep streaming. But that'll be it for the recorded episode. See you guys later. All right. What should we set up next? The hover pack? I mean, that'll be a pretty easy research. Let me grab the stuff for it. I need motors. And computers. And frames. And that's it. I'll need more motors, but get that done. I didn't shoot anything with my homing rifle ammo. Bummer. Yeah, Code Cone. I've done a few. The reason it's nice to do it this way is that I don't have to edit the video. Like, I don't have to render it is the main thing. Editing isn't that bad, but the problem is when you render a file that's that large. Oh, sloppy alumina. I forgot about this. It like doesn't have. Wow, that's fast too. It doesn't give you that quartz output. It uses less water. But because of the speed that it does that production, there's a part of me that's like, there's another place I could summer sloop, and then we just have, we're basically using 0 bauxite at that point, because we can summer sloop this step with just a few, and then summer sloop the aluminum scrap step with just a few, and now we're quadrupling our bauxite. I mean, that's just nuts. So yeah, basically aluminum is cheap, is the takeaway here that I have right now. But you end up losing, you know, the quartz output. But right now, the quartz that I have is only 1/6 of what I need anyway. So quartz, weirdly, I'm probably spending more quartz. I keep meaning to say silica when I say quartz. I'm probably needing to spend more quartz for silica than I am bauxite for aluminum at this point. Especially if I use that sloppy one and summer sloop it as well. Then we're for sure. We're for sure looking at quartz being a larger cost in aluminum than the bauxite. Yeah, so anyway, the editing isn't the biggest problem. The main idea is that I don't need to edit the episode, and then I don't need to render it, which takes forever, and my computer's, you know, melting into a puddle for
the hover pack draws
an hour or
energy
two.
From nearby power
and it's just nice to be able to just upload those directly recorded from OBS version
of your work,
to YouTube.
Which you clearly need. Otherwise, you would have optimized that obvious problem by now.
Hey, we got the hover pack. Nice. Ta-da! Yay! I feel like it can go farther than it used to. Maybe I'm making that up, but it feels more forgiving. I feel like I definitely wouldn't have been able to cross this big of an area or float this high. Yeah, look at how high we can go. Oh, this is great. This is super great. And is this still working? I mean, I think it is. You know, I'm actually curious. I almost want to change it around to the way it was before. to see if it still breaks now that I fixed that one pipe being Mark II. So I'm actually going to do that. I know this seems dumb, to go back to a configuration that was broken. But you gotta science the shit out of everything, you know? It's just how life works. That's how engineering works, at least. So that's my personal motto. So yeah, I'm gonna hook it up over there again, and we're gonna see if it runs properly. Because I do think it might have been an issue with the output pipe not being Mark II. I think that was the issue. Alright, so, what next? Next, I probably want... Now, does the hover pack... The hover pack doesn't maintain speed. Yeah. So you can't boost... So, interestingly, my jetpack will still be better for getting around the base when I'm not needing to hover. I want to say the MAM has something for us now. Could do Power Poles Mark III, but what's the point? We're still not to the Power Slug. Rocket fuel, that's basically where we're at. Oh, and I could do turbo rifle ammo as well, which is probably damage 4, yeah. But yeah, rocket fuel is just around the corner once I get the radio control units. Yeah. And that's just all-clad oscillators and computers, or all-clad, way less oscillators, circuit boards, which I already need to put in the computers anyway, and rubber. Is that better? 10 rubber and 3 circuit boards, basically instead of a computer. That seems cheaper. And it's 20 all-clad per instead of 16, so that's about the same. And the oscillator is less. I'll probably do that version. Did I already unlock radio control units? Oh, I did. I unlocked that when I unlocked the blender. Okay. Alright, and I can get 3 inventory slots with this one, so let's... Oh, I need 50 gas masks. That's annoying. I don't know if I have enough mycelia. I don't think I do. So we're gonna have to do the synthetic polyester fabric thing. Yeah. Where's the nearest mycelia? Probably down in the SAM pit. Yeah, it's just down here. Need a few of these guys. Oh, I thought my game crashed. That was scary. Such a big lag spike right there. Alright, is there actually mycelia down here? I thought there was. Maybe I already grabbed the majority of it. Yeah, not seeing much here. There's these tiny little mushrooms. Crap. There's a little cave right by my base. I think I know which one you're talking about. We'll have to go find out. Alright. It's like over here somewhere. By the little canyon. Right down there, I think. My trucks still haven't stopped, so that's good. Oh, I think that was it. I may have already gotten all the mushroomy stuff. Maybe not. Is this cuttable? Oh, I don't have any biofuel. Crafting bench. Of course I don't have enough leaves. Is there an enemy in here? That would actually be convenient. Of course there's not. Classic. Alright. The one time I have nothing to make biomass out of. Alright, there's some. So you can't cut these, huh? No, you can't. Should be enough, I think, because I can production amplify. That's literally all there is in this cave, so has to be enough. Gotta be. Alright, so you... wait a second. What am I making? Fabric? Fabric is two things, so I need an assembler. And... fabric. I need some biomass. Which I have. Summer sloop it. Power shard it. Get me some fabric. And then gas masks need coal. Alright. Or gas filters, I should say. So this is getting me basically one gas filter per... You know what I could do? I could get 2 gas filters per mycelia if we use the technology. The technology. Alright, fabric. Oh, and you need iron plates? That's funny. There we go. 2 gas filters from 1 mycelia, baby. Alright. That should be enough for a while. Oh, I need more biomass. Biomass is easy if I grab some spitter remains. I guess that's not quite enough, but that's 40 more fabric. No, 80. 20 of the... no, 40. There we go. Gas filters. Oh, delivering them here. And then I need quick wire. And there we go. 3 more inventory slots. Perfect.
Milestone reached. The hazmat suit protects the wearer from radiation by consuming iodine-infused filters. You may find this protection essential if you are going to finally get around to saving humanity.
Hey, I'm getting
I
around to it.
previously gave you compliments in an attempt to inspire you, but it might have given you the wrong idea. I will definitely be totally honest with you from this moment on.
Doubt it.
Here is a demonstration of a truthful compliment. That suit looks like it was made for you. Because it was.
Nice. Thank you. Very awe-inspiring. Alright, so this is certainly the one we want next. What I might do is get it researched. Should railways always be put in foundations, or is natural terrain sufficient? I don't know. I haven't built enough rails to really answer that very well. All I know is that I built a little rail support blueprint that worked out pretty nicely, but that doesn't make it necessarily the right way to do it. Because following the terrain, it just clips through the terrain pretty often is the problem that I didn't like. So I need quick wire, and then we can get iodine infused filters. And then what am I trying to build? A hazmat suit? Look at that. We just happen to have enough fabric. Bada bing. Bada boom. There we go, baby. Oh, and we need gas mask filters, and we need both still? Interesting. Okay, well, we'll get like 20 iodines, and then we'll pull the gas filters. And then after that, let's see, like, we can trash some stuff here. Trash the coal, iron rods, iron plates, random copper sheet, some leaves, 2 biomass, and some random black powder. Don't really need circuit boards anymore. Feels kind of bad to trash 170 of them. I should deposit them in my awesome sink. Like such. Alright, I'm calling this good, and then we're gonna switch over to making the alternate for the radio control units. And I need circuit boards back. Whoops. Probably already gone. Mostly. And rubber. Alright, circuit boards and rubber. There we go. So that should get us a pretty good amount of radio controlled units. How many craftings? The aluminum casings is only 3 craftings, so I need to keep up with that. Everything else is plenty. Maybe not the rubber, but need some more casings here. And then, is there anything I need to be making from you? I have in my inventory. Could make more pulse obelisks, but that's fine. Assembly director systems. Oh my. Those are not cheap. Though summer sloops make a huge difference. I actually, so here's a hot take. Hot take of the moment. I don't think summer sloops should work on any of the project assembly parts. That's my hot take. I think if you're making the project assembly parts, the summer sloops don't work, and they could pretty easily like be like, oh, these parts are just too complex or something. I don't know. I don't know the excuse they would make for it, but to me it feels a little too easy, because then you're getting twice as many smart platings to make twice as many of the next thing, and it's like the cumulative cost, as you have more steps of productivity, the cumulative cost of things like 3 steps ago just decreases rather than increasing. So it keeps things, I don't know, I think it keeps things too cheap, is what I'm trying to say. Alright. How many do we have? No, not those. 36. Alright. 42. Just 2 more craftings. And then to unlock the rocket fuel, what do we get? Steel canister and rubber concrete. Those are both bad. I'm using wet concrete. Rubber concrete technically is better, but then you have to spend rubber, which just feels pretty bad when you could just spend water to get a lot of concrete still. We need packaged turbo fuel, 10 canisters, and a hard drive. We got all of it. And then after rocket fuel, we can do ionized fuel. That's insane. 100 power shards. Oh my gosh. I'm guessing that one uses power shards as an ingredient, which is hilarious. Okay, yeah, there we go. I'm gonna have to go grab some extra wire for this. Aluminum sheets, casing. Fly over here to get some wire. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we go. Donk.
Milestone reached. The resource well pressurizer and extractor can harvest nitrogen, crude oil, and water from underground wells. Nitrogen, being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline transportation.
Oh, that's nice.
Fixit does not process most of your metrics, but I do. According to Fixit predictions, you are exploiting this planet with unexpected efficiency.
Yeah, I am.
They did always struggle to see the true potential of things. Nothing about you is unexpected to me, and therefore you are performing exactly as expected.
I see. So I'm predictable is what you're telling me. Or was it canister? What was it called? No. What are these things called? Empty fluid tanks. They're just made with aluminum ingots in a constructor. Okay. So, funnily enough, I am gonna have to fly over to get those aluminum ingots. I don't have any. We have to come over here for it. And surprisingly, I guess I just grabbed a bunch of all-clad sheets, so can I steal some aluminum ingots, please? Thank you. Thank you. And then we shall head back over here. Whee! Alright. And then select recipe. I'm gonna make those fluid tanks. Some are slooped. This will be 400 fluid tanks. Alright, so that's enough to research what we need to research here. Rocket fuel. Rocket fuel. Burn fuse out there. Hello.
Rocket fuel unlocked. Pioneers will be able to use rocket fuel in the fuel generator and any vehicle that uses fuel, including the jetpack, with appropriate results. Warning: mixing rocket fuel into coffee does not enhance its energizing effect.
Really now? Really? Okay, that's crazy. Look at that. Only 1 nitric acid is needed to basically God, that's so much fuel, like, power increase. And you get a compacted coal out of it, because why not? So that helps you pay for more turbo fuel in the first place. Because one compacted coal pays for more than one turbo fuel. So you're more than doubling things, and a nitric acid is not that hard to make, right? We haven't unlocked it yet, but it's just nitrogen gas and water. So that's pretty awesome. The problem right now is I don't have any nitrogen anywhere. And I want packaged rocket fuel ASAP. So what we're gonna have to do is go find some nitrogen. And we're gonna grab these things. I have turbo fuel accessible, and we're gonna iron, water, and nitrogen. Yeah, we have all that. So where's the nearest nitrogen? And we're gonna go make some rocket fuel just on site. Oops, didn't mean to hit that again. Water. That far to the northwest? Jeez. Ah. The one to the east seems closer. Oh, that one's all pure nodes? And there's 7 pure nitrogen nodes? Good gravy. Let's go to the east, because I have everything else to the east as well. So, we'll do that. Long distance travel, we switch over. Alright, where are we going? Straight ahead. Gosh, how fast am I actually going? What is that, like 30, 40 meters a second? Yeah, I'm going about 30 meters a second. Which is about 99 feet per second. It's like 150 miles an hour. That's insane. When you put it that way, that's pretty fast. I don't know in kilometers an hour, nor do I need to. Homing rifle is dope. Alright, get out of here. So we need to do the pressurizer thing. I did bring 10 of those, whatever's radio control units. And now I should be able to plop these. Oh, I need power. There's gotta be power nearby, right? No? No power? Seems like that's a no. It's gonna be a no from me, dog. But I do see a Mercer sphere I have not exploited, so let's hop over here. I actually need more of the little spheres, so I am fine with that, being a detour. And then power connection, like so. Alright. Ooh, this is a good opportunity for some mycelia while I'm thinking about it. To make sure we have enough fabric for more iodine filters and whatnot later. When we're doubling those, I've already had enough, so that should be plenty. Because that's like 2 filters per mycelia. 4 iodine filters per mycelia, so that's just, yeah, that's more than enough. Alright, so we've got this, so now we're gonna need some packagers to do things. We're gonna need, I think, the blender to do some things with nitrogen. You're gonna be here for nitrogen. You're gonna be making... nitric acid? Oh, I haven't researched it yet, dummy. Whoops. Okay, well, let's keep working on our turbo fuel plant while we wait. I'm gonna have to head back to the MAM, but we still have 6 minutes till we can put stuff in. Whoops. Yeah, it's hard to make nitric acid if you haven't unlocked it yet. I will say. I will say. Alright, blueprints. I wish there was a button to bring up blueprints directly. There is one for the customizer tab, but not for the blueprints tab, which feels weird to me. Alright, there's 2. We'll have to wait a minute. Resources to build back up. While that happens, I will connect these 3. And then fluid connection between the 2. There and right here. Right, this will make 80% of the way done. Let's see, where am I? Here? Yeah. Okay. Getting there. That's 16 gigawatts. That's a lot of gigawatts. That's a lot of chickens. Alright. Is there enough space here for the BP? The old BP of power. It looks like that's... No, we need one more. We didn't zoop over here either, apparently. In fact, do we still need one more? This feels like it's not going to be enough. 'Cause isn't it bigger than 5? Or it's exactly 5, so won't it hang over the edge? I don't know, let's find out. Fuel generator. Yeah, that hangs over the edge a little bit. Okay. So this is good enough. Beautiful. And then blueprints, fuel gen. This is using a lot of resources. I mean, look at that. 212 quick wire, 200 rubber, 60 encased beams, and 60 motors, and then I do that 4 times in a row. It does start to add up. So I think I'll come back to do the other 12. I don't know if I will wait. Because we're looking at almost 2 minutes for the rubber for one of these, because it's 200 rubber. And we, currently we get whatever it is. How much rubber do we get for 120? Yeah, 120. Alright, so that's hooked up at least, and I guess we'll get the power. Oh, I already did. Perfect. So then our next trip here should be our last, where we can finish off the 20 gigawatt factory. And then at that point, we'll finally be able to tell for sure if, like, we're getting the proper amount. Everything. But for now, we fly home. We'll get nitric acid unlocked. then with nitric acid, we will be able to make our first rocket fuel. And I am very stoked for that. Recharge our jetpack. Off we go. So, Clyde, that is because you cannot do it otherwise. It's not a simple thing to make a 4 fuel generator blueprint in a Mark II blueprint designer. And if you put them, because they're literally exactly one quadrant of the blueprint designer, so you can fit 4 of them in there, but then the outputs are facing each other and they're right next to each other, and there's not enough room to place a pipeline junction in between them. So you have to do something fancy, like you raise one of them up, otherwise it doesn't work. Wow, we made it all the way home from our sulfur plant. Alright, so which blueprint do we need now? That one. Ah, crap. So nitric acid isn't something you can make until you have all of this stuff. And I don't... Have I unlocked the fused frames? Oh, I need 50 turbo motors. Have I unlocked turbo motors? Okay. I thought we were going to be able to get this pretty quick. Damn, I have 43 turbo motors. So that means we're going to have to research turbo motors first. So I'm going to need to make some fused frames. And fused frames require nitrogen gas. This has become a mess. This has become a mess. I hate all of this. I guess we're gonna have to bring nitrogen back on the train or something. It's way denser if we package it, though. I assume. I don't know what it stacks to, I guess. Time for drones? Maybe. Maybe. This is painful. What do drones need? They just need the radio control units. Maybe I will do that. Well, they used to need batteries, but now can't you do everything else? Ivan, yeah, every step you want to do something and it needs 10 more steps that you skipped. I actually feel that way more with like modded Factorio and stuff. So far this game hasn't been that bad for that sort of thing. This is the first time, and the reason I'm running into it is because I'm trying to rush rocket fuel rather than work my way through the tech tree. What am I trying to get? I'm trying to go to my inventory. Oh, I clicked that away. That's why I lost it. All clad. What just happened? Oh, I don't want all clads. I want aluminum casing. That's what happened. There we go. I'm pretty sure now they can use regular fuel types. The thing I don't know is if they need packaged fuel or if you load it up with fluid fuels. That's what I'm uncertain about. I also need 1 billion motors here. Let's start grabbing those. 1 billion is an overstatement. I realize it is not that. They use packaged, okay. They can also use rocket fuel, yes. If only I had rocket fuel. We've been over this. Alright. A little short on motors right now. And then... oh, I need rubber. Alright, I don't think we're getting to rocket fuel today, but we can at least build a drone depot or something. See what that looks like. I mean, I remember what it looks like, but you guys know what I mean. Alright, motor. Is that enough? No? 15 more still? There we go. Alright. Be happy.
Milestone reached. Drones provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function. Fixit had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fixit property right under their noses.
Creative uses?
Especially since everything is recorded.
What does that mean? So where... Oh, transport. There we go. Drone port. So... Ada is so spicy. The problem is I don't have any fuel here. Literally nothing. I'm trying to think of what I can use. And I don't think I have a single thing that is burnable. Oh, liquid biofuel? Packaged liquid biofuel? I could use some of that. I guess we've also got... You know what? I could set up just regular fuel pretty easy. Up here. Because we've got... Okay, give me turbo fuel. Up here we've got heavy oil residue. And that's pretty easy to turn into... Now I assume you can't use coal, right? Or petroleum coke? Because if you can, that would be kind of awesome. Supported fuel types. Okay. Packaged fuel, packaged turbo fuel, rocket fuel, ionized fuel, uranium, plutonium, and batteries. So I could just make some batteries. No, I need a blender for that with alumina and sulfuric acid. That sounds like a lot of work. Let's not do that. Instead, we shall change you into residual fuel. And then we shall get a packager. No. Constructor. Here. Making canisters. And then a packager. Alright, we're just getting things done quick and dirty like. So then you're gonna come over here. Oh, there we go. It's because the exit was... Alright, whatever. That's great. Maybe it's not great. That's a little clippy. Alright, so fuel goes in. You're going to be packaged fuel. You're going to be making canisters with a belt that has plastic on it. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. I have plastic right here. So I bring that down. You know, it was a lot of work to make those blueprints, but it was so worth it. Now that I can just do stuff like this on a whim. And it's so easy, and I don't even have to add splitters to things. I really am glad I did all that. Okay. Go here, 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 coal. That should do it. Yeah, there we go. It's packaged fuel. And transport, drone, port. There's, I don't really know. I think that's the fuel. Yes. So there we go. There's fuel and power. Cool. Now we need a drone. Done. And now we just need a drone port on the other side to bring back something. What am I going to bring back? Nitrogen? Is that the idea? I think that was the idea. Okay. I think that's a good place to call the stream. A little bit of a shorter stream today, but I gotta do some stuff. Yeah, that'll make the fuel that we need. And then I guess that's already power sharded, so I can't go any faster with that. See you later, CCTV. Yeah, this will be good. We'll work on nitrogen in the next episode.